know you love us, but the information on our podcast is provided for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional advice of any kind. If you or anyone you know needs professional help, please seek mental health services. Welcome to the Date Podcast, the show for anyone navigating the dating and relationship world. We interview celebrities, talk pop news, discuss dating do's and don'ts, and debate relationship topics. We are available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Please subscribe and review if you like what you hear. Check out our website, datepodcast.com, for more information. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, let's get on with the show.
It's Emma.
Hey, it's Zorric. I have my microphone off. How are you, Emma? Emma, my dear, how are you doing?
I think I'm okay. I don't know.
Are you going?
I can tell I'm not an introvert because I need to be I'm ready for people. I'm ready for people. I'm ready to not be in the confines of my house.
I can imagine Emma standing at our front door, just waiting to go out, and she's like that puppy dog.
I do go to my porch a lot, and I will do work on my porch just to be out in the sun and hear cars or people walking up to their houses.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm getting freaking stir crazy. I'm ready to go and do things for example, work out, but I can't because I went to Walmart today and I went to buy some dumbbells and there's no dumbbells. So
no,
zero.
There's none anywhere.
And it's did you work out before? You probably did not work out before.
I mean, I cycled. I went to cycle at least 3 to 4 times a week, and then I would do yoga. But my need to work out and do more stuff is higher now. So my mom found 3-pound and 8-pound dumbbells, and I was like, okay, it's fine. That's fine. I can do this. I haven't used them yet, though.
Well, I took a picture of the empty aisle of dumbbells at Walmart. And I don't know, I just thought of a million things these people never worked out before. I bet they're not even using it. I bet they bought it. It's sitting in the corner when someone really wants to use it.
No, I take it back. You know who I think it is? I think it's all the people that do work out that knew the gym was going to get canceled. I think those people took all the weight. Like me.
Luckily, I have that Peloton.
No, you were too late.
I know, it's too fucking late. No, I was too cheap because I went on Amazon and there was a set, and it was really expensive. I should have just bought it. It was $100, but because I saw some on at Academy, and I'm like, okay, I can get some at Academy later on, and it'll be fine. And then it's just they haven't had weights for since this whole thing started. It's crazy. Yeah. So that and then toilet paper is still a hot commodity. I'm like, does everyone really shit this much? I mean, tell me the truth. Do you shit that much? Because every time I go to Target or Kroger, there's no toilet paper. I don't get it.
I don't know why people are hoarding toilet paper. Honestly, I don't know if about your social media page, but have you noticed that, at least for me, bidet ads have been popping up more?
Bidet ads.
Yeah.
I think it's because you searched bidet the other day. Because I did.
I did.
That's probably why. And they're like, ooh.
I did. But no, the thing was that these were popping up before I searched it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, let me take a look. Because, in Europe, that's what they use, most places. And us in America, we're just toilet paper.
Do you think it's a conspiracy to get bidet companies more sales, this whole coronavirus thing?
I'm probably going to go invest in bidet companies after this.
I think we should do that. For sure. How's your dating going?
Non-existent.
Non-existent? Why is that?
Ooh, funny is that I forgot what day, because I don't even know what day it is of the week it is. I'm just so out of it.
Yeah, they all run together, right?
They do, and they're all basically the same. I got like a weird message from I guess I still had the number saved from someone that like I messaged like last year, and we exchanged numbers, and the person like messaged me and was like, "Hey, how are you?" And I was like, I never responded.
Well,
I
people
was
are,
like, this
are
is
going
weird.
crazy. They're all going crazy, and everyone's bored.
They're all going crazy.
Yeah.
It's another reason why I won't respond. I wouldn't respond anyway, but added bonus.
At least you're getting some attention, right? Right? No? No? Okay. Fine.
Fine.
So yeah, I try to keep my trips to a minimum to the store, but today I just had to go to our new digs.
Oh, are we talking about that?
Well, we're talking about we're moving from my place to a new place. That's all.
That's true, we are.
And
Not yet.
Not yet. What else is going on? I'm trying to buy a house. Did you know that? But it's not a good.
did know that.
It's not a good time. It's just there's a lot of things happening in the market. So interest rates are changing like every day, every moment. So I don't know, guys.
bet.
It's cheap to buy the house, but the financing is not so cheap because the banks are very inconsistent and it's very very volatile right now because the banks don't know if they're gonna have money because of everyone losing jobs and the economy going down. So, anyways,
Right.
Emma, what's in the news? Enough about that.
Fun stuff. Let's see. So, because I'm at home and
Quarantining.
because right, there's not that much to like actually do besides watch Netflix. I've been watching a few shows, and I didn't binge watch this show because I could not get into it.
What is it?
It's called Tiger King.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically about 3 different places. One is in Oklahoma, one is in Myrtle Beach, and the other one is somewhere in Florida. And they all own like wild animals, like tigers, right? That's like the main thing that they all have in common. And it it is just the weirdest show ever. So I couldn't even get through the pilot because I was just like, this is too much for me. But I've been reading like the memes because the memes like can kind of be funny. But it's basically like, it's a documentary like trying to focus on animal rights, and each person like that owns those like I wouldn't even call them a zoo, but like the 3 different locations that own the tigers are like accusing the other person of like abusing the animals, right? And like abusing animal rights. And it's a weird relationship because one of the guys doesn't like the woman that's on the show, and like they have a feud. Like he is also like, this is where it gets weird because he's like, so the guy is gay, so his name is Joe Exotic, and he's gay, and somehow he's in this like polygamous marriage with 2 other dudes who are like, I'm straight.
I'm confused. This is so riveting right now.
And so, anyways, so I barely got through the first episode, and I was just like,
Is it good?
I can't watch this anymore.
Well, okay. So what about the show then? Is it like really hot? I think it's number 1 on Netflix. That's what I think I saw.
It is number 1 on Netflix right now, and everybody like so far is like really into it, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, you need to watch it, and I gave it a try, and it's not my cup of tea at all.
You know, I'm not into the murder stuff. Right? Are you into it's murder?
So Joe Exotic apparently is in prison right now because he was involved in the murder of the woman, her name is Carol, of Carol's like first husband or possibly like murdering him. I don't know. So he's in jail or in prison for that right now. It's so weird.
Yeah. I don't feel like I'm gonna watch it now because you gave that kind of confusing synopsis of.
Because that's how confusing it is.
Oh my gosh. I'd rather watch, I don't know, Friends or something than something. Sometimes I don't want to invest the time in a show because I'll get disappointed like that. But it's probably really good. I don't know. Maybe I should try to watch it. But that's why I spend 10 minutes on Netflix just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling because I want to make the right decision. It's like paralysis by analysis. I'm like, shit, if I watch this and I get into it and it sucks, like in the first episode, I'm going to just have wasted like 30 minutes or an hour.
Or you could be like the whole, I mean, you're a part of this too, where you spent 8 to 10 years of your life to Game of Thrones, and then the stupid season just disappointed you.
Are we still talking about that? Or are we still talking about that?
I'm just comparing it because that's,
it is kind of
a year ago.
Yeah.
A year ago, we still believed in Game of Thrones.
We did.
It's the year anniversary of our lost beginning.
Will we call those days the good old days?
Yeah.
Those were the good old days when we had Game of Thrones parties.
Thrones ruined my heart.
And when we had something to like look forward to every Sunday. Now there's like nothing to look forward to. Until HBO decides to do something new. But
anyway, so if that's something that you're looking into do, have fun watching Tiger King.
I'm sure lots of people, a stock to buy is Netflix and like Amazon Prime. Well, Amazon is kind of, I don't know. They might be doing well. But, okay. Thanks for the tip, Emma.
Okay.
All right.
You're welcome. So good stuff that's actually happened lately is Bindi Irwin got married before, like, right as Australia was like quarantining the whole like country and continent.
Oh wow.
So they got married.
Can you imagine her wedding like with lots of animals? It's like Noah's Ark coming in 2 by 2.
She got married at the zoo.
Of course she did. Go ahead.
She got married in the Australian zoo, which is a really beautiful zoo. We didn't get to finish all of the zoo because it's so massive. It's so cool. So it was just the Irwins. So it was just the mom, the brother, and then obviously the groom. And so she was supposed to get married in April, but because of everything that happened, they decided to push up their wedding, like obviously like a month before, just to make sure that everyone was like safe, and they knew they were going to have to cancel anyways.
At least they got it through. They pushed it through. So,
yeah, for sure. So, I didn't know that he's a professional wakeboarder.
Oh, what's the guy's name?
Hold on. His last name is Powell. His first name, I have to scroll to find it, is Chancellor Powell.
Chancellor. That's such a trendy name, Chancellor.
No, Chandler.
Chandler. Oh, like
Chandler Bing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's happy. That's some happy news.
That is happy. Yeah. So it's just really cool that they got married at like the zoo. Okay, let's see. Let's move on to something that's like Brody Jenner. Brody Jenner. Remember how he was like married, but like not really married to, I can't remember his wife's name or his ex-wife's name on the recap of The Hills.
I don't remember. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so apparently like he's been photographed hanging out with an Instagram fitness model called Daisy. I want to say it's Keach or Key. And so they've been hanging out. They went to go buy groceries together because like LA is like or California is like completely like stay at your house unless you have to go out for groceries.
Well, that's cute.
So Yeah.
I wonder if they're
So
living
they're
together.
hanging out at the grocery. Uh-huh.
I wonder if they're living together. Or just
No,
hanging
it
out.
looks like they drove away in separate cars.
That's not allowed. Or is it?
Huh?
Is that allowed or is that not allowed?
What do you mean not allowed?
Well, like hanging out with your girl or your guy.
Well, they're not hanging out. Like, they were at the grocery store.
Yeah, they met
I mean, they
at
were
the...
hanging out at the grocery store, but, like, buying essential things.
Oh, okay, but they were like 6 feet or something like that apart?
They weren't being... Yes, they were apart.
Okay. That's kind of
So
cute.
far, it looks like they were social distancing.
Yeah, that's a thing I guess you can do. You can coordinate the time if you live in the same area or if you don't live in the same area to go to a store. That's so cute. Right?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about someone's birthday who I'm sure, like, had she not been in quarantine, like, this would have been, like, a huge, big deal.
Okay.
Like, I think this would have blown up my Insta feed.
Mm-hmm.
Mariah Carey celebrated her 50th birthday party.
Oh, nice. I bet she,
Yeah,
she still looks the
Saturday.
same. It's crazy. Like she is still.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she is still the same. Well, good for her.
So she is 50. So she celebrated with her 8.5-year-old twins, Morocco and Monroe.
Yeah.
Who of course we know
Yeah.
the baby daddy to be
Uh-huh.
Nick Cannon.
Wait, baby daddy to be Nick Cannon. Didn't they? No, it's.
No, I meant to say, like, you know who the baby daddy is, and then I meant to say, like, it's Nick Cannon.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Sorry. So, she, which I think this is awesome, she says that she is going to be eternally 12.
That is awesome.
Right? So, anyway, so she celebrated with her kiddos. And like I said, like, I really think that if we had not been quarantined, like, she would have had a big party.
Yeah. Nice.
So we
Happy
kind
birthday.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday. We miss that. I miss birthday parties.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's all I got.
That's all you got? Are you sure?
That's all I got. Yeah. Ugh, I hate you.
Okay. So we are in a different time, in a different place, and in the land of quarantine. Right, Emma? It's different. We have, I don't know, like, it's just crazy how our life, when you wake up, it feels like the same day. It's like Groundhog Day, right? How do you feel?
I've never seen that movie, but I understand that.
Yeah, it's like I'm doing the same thing every day because there's really no variance on what I can do.
No.
I just like, because most everyone that's still working, and I hope you listeners out there are still working, and if not, I'm sorry, and, hopefully better times are to come. So, but it's just like, it's the same thing over and over again, and it's just kind of weird. So that's how I feel about it. But anyway, so we have this article. Of course, we're going to talk about Corona because Corona is what's going on right now. And let's talk about dating in the age of Corona because it's happening at this moment. Emma, like, what are your thoughts? Are you even thinking of dating right now during this
No.
thing? No. Because you're probably thinking about, like, life and, like, your job and your, like, your family. Because Corona really affects your, what is it called? You always talk about Maslow's thing?
Maslow's hierarchy of
Yeah,
needs.
because it's messing with your sense of security, right? Because of jobs and money and this and that.
Right.
So that's my take on it right now. So I think I agree with you. I think people aren't focused on dating, but they are going stir crazy. They're sitting at home and they're wanting to do different things, like people trying to go out to parks and do different things, but you can't right now,
Nope.
right? So
And now, because people, like, everybody's on the Katy Trail, they are actually talking about limiting people on the Katy Trail.
I think they should. Just, I have a feeling, my thought, I don't know if you have the same feeling, but, just shut it all down for a couple weeks. Just everyone stay the fuck home for like 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll go back to normal. But if you keep going out and hanging out, it's going to get worse, you know? So those are my thoughts.
Oh my gosh, we agree on something.
I know, it's a first. So let's talk about something today. It's called What Does It Mean to Date in the Age of Coronavirus? And this is released by Tinder.
Oh, Tinder.
Tinderoni. So it talks about different things, and I think it's just a frequently asked questions so that we can all be informed, and we will probably, obviously Emma will give her own take on things too. But number one, so here's one of the questions that was posed in this article here. It says, first of all, I want you, Emma, to answer it yourself without reading, which we have already read this. But like, give me your own, or give everyone your own opinion on what you think. If coronavirus makes assembling together in large groups unsafe, can I go out on a date? At least that's one-on-one. One-on-one date. Why?
No.
It's less than 10 people.
No, but you don't know where that person's been. I really like the analogy of thinking about coronavirus as like playing with glitter, right? So you have
Of course it's glitter. Of course.
It's stuck on your hand.
Yeah.
You try to wash it, but you don't get all the glitter off of your hands, right?
Can this be the title of this episode? Corona is like glitter.
Corona is like having glitter.
Okay. So Corona is like having glitter. So if it hits you in the face, you can't wash it off.
You can't completely wash it off. You like, in order for you to really wash it off, like you gotta like really like intensely like remove it, and then you're still gonna find glitter here and there every once in a while. Like it's like you have glitter in your hand, and then you like you didn't wash your hands all the way, you didn't get rid of all the glitter, and then you go and then you're with that person, and then you touch that person. Now that person has glitter on them. So no.
Have you been watching TikTok or on TikTok where they go, "It's Corona time," and they play this music? I sent you that one. And he's like driving down, like he's driving in front of Costco, and he's squirting hand sanitizers, and he's like hitting everybody. No.
Zorric is like so obsessed with TikTok, and he sends me like 2 to 3 like almost every night.
It's so fun.
And I have stopped. I've stopped watching them. Like I don't care.
I'm like, Emma, I just wasted 30 minutes on this stupid shit.
And he's like, I'm gonna delete the app, and then the next night I get like 3 or 4 more videos, and I'm just like, yeah.
It's so funny, but it's nice just like to see people like make light of a really terrible situation. Maybe it's a terrible thing to do, but who knows? So I think also
I wish I had a da-da-da-da for you, but I don't. So there we go.
So I think too, like their explanation says no, because even if you don't appear to be ill, you could still be carrying it unknowingly. But I think also they make a good point, because some people aren't gonna apparently some people aren't gonna be like super sick from it, and might just like get some mild things, mild side effects, and they'll be over it. But then you could get it, and then you can get super sick, like super, super, super sick, right, compared to that other person that gave it to you. So I want to make a disclaimer that we are not experts. We're just kind of just relaying what we've seen on the CDC and WHO. Right. But also it's just kind of like common sense, if that makes sense. Like, you know, when someone's sneezing and coughing at work, I like stay the fuck away. I'm like, hey, dude, like don't sneeze on me. I'm getting away from you. So I don't know. Just my own common sense is just stay away for now. It's okay.
Yeah, like it's gonna be okay if you don't see this person. If this is the person that you're meant to be with, this person is not gonna pressure you to see them one-on-one. They're not. And if they are pressuring you, I think that speaks more about like who that person is.
That is,
and I don't think that's.
Go ahead, Emma.
I don't think that's a good person if they're pressuring you to come over.
That is the most insightful thing you've said all year. Like, you just said, if it was meant to be, then they will stay with you and they will be okay with it. And I again, this is the second thing we agree on. It's kind of crazy, but I agree. Like, if it's going to work out, then it's going to work out through this whole thing. So.
Oh, geez.
Okay, what's the second one say?
It says, I just started dating someone new, was excited to see where it would go. How do I keep the momentum going while we're self-isolating?
That's a really good question. Go ahead,
It
Emma.
is a good question. I think also that there's just so many avenues right now at this moment. I think a lot of companies and a lot of like mediums are making it like super easy for you to have that social connection with other people too. Like what's it called? Cards Against Humanity is online. You can play Uno online. You can have a Netflix watch party. Zoom, right? Like these are all things that you can like. If FaceTime, like there's so many ways for you to be able to like talk to this person without having to be in the same room as them.
Yeah, you make good points about Cards Against Humanities and different games. Me and my friends, we've met a few times already. Carl and all them, Carl and Steven and the whole crew.
In person? Y'all met in person?
No, like on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Zoom is like killing it right now. Like buy their stock.
Like, why did we not invest in Zoom?
No, but I think also this might change the norm. It might be like, hey, if I like this person before I've met them, let's play a game. Let's play Cards Against Humanities, or let's play like Battleship. Let's play something else, because I don't think out of the 32 episodes we've talked about, we've never talked about playing games.
Right.
Like away from each other, not face to face, but like on the actual computer and on the phone. So I think I hope this becomes a norm, like a good way to vet somebody out and see how they are when playing games. Are they competitive? Are they not? Can they take a joke? Can they, whatever it may be. I like it. I like this. It's maybe training this generation to date differently. What do you think?
It definitely is teaching us to date differently. I don't know if I'm going to like this being the norm when this is all over.
Oh, like not dating? Like not seeing somebody? Okay. So what do they... Oh, they kind of said the same thing you said about you can do Netflix parties, you can do Zoom, you can do different things. Well, yeah, you can do different things without being like next to that person. Definitely. Okay, number 3. Is it even worth chatting with and getting to know new people during this period of isolation? What do you think, Emma?
I think it depends on what it is, like what your expectation is. Like if your expectation is to like get married, I don't know if that's really gonna bode well for you. If you're just kind of like in the moment wanting to appreciate what's going on, then I think that yes, it will be something that could be beneficial to you.
Yeah, and also you're right about expectations. Maybe you just have to lower those expectations right now, and just maybe because we know that this could last weeks and months. Just make sure if you are dating, just realize that, hey, I might not be able to see this person for a long time or ever.
Right.
Yeah, and this is not the time to go on a first date. This is not the time.
No.
Yeah.
No places are open. No places should be open.
Okay. If we were to go on a first date, Emma, where would it be today? Tell me. Where would it be?
Probably be at a park 6 feet away from you.
Yeah, it would have to be at a park.
Probably bring like a broom.
Probably a park. Grocery store, maybe. Maybe we can shop 6 feet apart from each other.
Oh, jeez.
What else is open at this moment? Oh, we can do a drive-in movie. Drive-in movie. Just don't touch me. You know what I'm saying? Don't get close to me.
Separate cars?
Separate cars. Close the window.
Separate cars. One of you is in the passenger, or the other person's in the driver's seat, like in your own separate cars.
Okay. Mask or no mask in the drive-in date theater? Mask or no mask?
Well, you don't need a mask unless you get infected.
Okay.
Because that's what all the health experts are saying. That's what all the doctors and all the nurses are saying. You don't need the mask. The mask doesn't help you if you're not sick.
Gloves.
The mask is for same thing. Like it's the same thing as like hands. Like if you're like cross contamination.
Yeah, I was shaking my head to my dog because he's whining about water.
Oh.
But no.
Is it the one I love or is it the one I don't love?
The one you love. But see,
Oh.
if you wanted to roll dice today and go on a date, it'd have to be the park or at the grocery store. And I would wear gloves and a mask just in case. But what's the point, right? What's the point of the whole date? Anyway, what's the whole point of the date? So there are ways you can date. We don't recommend it, but just practice your social distancing if you have to. I guess.
Honestly, like, you don't have to right now.
Yeah. I mean, I see a lot of people walking around as couples together. And I don't know if they live together or they just, visited somebody or each other, right? And they're just hanging out, that's also kind of risky. But I find some I guess, romance in the fact that, okay, if I'm in a relationship and I am self-quarantining, I'm not seeing anybody else but you, and you're not seeing anybody else but me. What do you think about that?
That's very Jane Austen.
This is actually what my therapist said. She was like, if you were to roll to die, just make sure that there's communication, that you're only seeing each other and nobody else.
Right.
But that's the rule. Because if your person says, "Oh, I went to see my family," then that just messes it up, and you really shouldn't see her. Or if I went to see my family and then I see her, there's a red flag there, right?
Right.
So, I guess what I'm kind of talking to what I'm saying is, it's just wait, just wait, because it gets confusing. So.
Yes.
Okay, and this goes into the next question that someone asked is, can I invite my new boo over so we can self-quarantine together for a little?
No. People, the answer is no.
Okay, I agree.
Stay in your own house by yourself.
I agree.
Don't touch anything.
I agree. And that's the same thing that this article says. Okay, number 5. I'm talking to someone.
These are the idiots that are meeting each other. These are the idiots that keep us in the house longer. Stop being an idiot. Stop it.
Okay, true. Okay, I'm talking to someone who really wants to meet up in real life despite what's going on. How do I tell them that I'm interested, but only once it's safe?
It goes back to what I said earlier. If this person is not respecting the boundaries that you've created already, then this is not a person that you need to see.
But Emma, this guy's the hottest guy. This is Jason Momoa level.
Okay.
He's so hot. This is your dream man.
I'm not gonna die.
He has so much money. He wants to cater to you only. No. And he's like, Emma, I really want to see you right now.
Then he can hold to see me.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. I would say also no. I think if he's trying to talk you into it, I think he's a little desperate too.
Yes.
He needs to calm the hell down and just wait. That's what I'd say. Mm-hmm. But what if you have been dating this person for 2 years? What are your thoughts there? Does it matter?
Separate. If you two are living in separate apartments, you two should not be seeing each other.
Even
if you've been together for 2 years, you'll be fine. This will be a test to your relationship. If you guys can survive being apart for a month and a half, you'll be fine.
That is true.
That's how you know that you're ready to get married.
I think Emma's ready to get married right now because she kind of knows what she's,
so hard. Oh my gosh.
Okay, last question here is, I'm talking to someone and we're really hitting it off. I can't wait to go another month before meeting them in real life. What should I do? This is the same thing we just talked about. What should he or she do? Emma.
Oh gosh. I'm tired of repeating the same thing over and over. Mm-hmm. Stay home, people.
Yeah. I would say, this article says, FaceTime. You could social distance, but still, you could still get sick, and you could infect somebody else. So The whole moral of the story is just don't get sick.
Just stay home.
Okay. All right, Emma. Any closing thoughts?
Stay home.
That's it? You have nothing else to say besides that?
If you don't stay home, you're an idiot. Stay home.
Okay. Anyway, so everybody, I know that our releases have been kind of sporadic, and that's my fault, or Emma's
It
fault,
is his
actually,
fault. No.
because of this whole corona thing. So we'll get back on schedule this week. I think,
You
Emma,
better
right?
keep to that.
Yeah, we'll get back on schedule this week because there's a lot of moving parts going on here. Like our studio's kind of in flux. Emma is not here to record because, we're trying to social distance, and it's hard to talk to her because she doesn't pay attention to me while I'm talking, and I know she's not because she's looking at her phone. And that's why I need her here every day. So that's the problem that we're facing. So anyways, Emma, just stay safe, and everyone out there, stay safe. We will be here for you if you have any questions about dating and corona. We don't know about corona, but we do know about dating, and we can just give you
That's true.
our best opinion. So, all right. So I think that's it, Emma, unless you have anything else to say.
No, I don't.
Okay. All right, everyone. Be safe, take care, and we'll see you later.
Thanks for listening to the Date Podcast. Please subscribe and review if you liked what you hear. Send us an email at hello@datepodcast.com for any questions, comments, or show topics you'd like for us to discuss. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Most importantly, tell your friends about our show.